Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
The death toll is rising from Hurricane Milton as rescuers are also still saving people from the floodwaters. Thanks for joining us on the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. At least 10 people are dead. Hundreds more have been rescued, and many are still without power, and they will be without for a while at least.
The efforts to get residents back on their feet is coming from all over, including Connecticut. The head of our local Red Cross chapter just deployed to the disaster zone.
Today, he spoke with Fox 61's Jim Altman about the relief mission that has started to mobilize.
There's a lot of devastation. There's a lot of damage assessment that's going on.
From Farmington and now headed to help in Central Florida. Connecticut Red Cross CEO Richard Brannigan is on the ground in Tallahassee and traveling south to the hard-hit Sarasota area. Hurricane Milton has made its mark, and there is a Connecticut contingent already offering assistance.
It's always feeding and sheltering. That's what we do, Jim, at the Red Cross. Our primary goal is taking care of people who are displaced by disasters and taking care of their immediate needs, which is putting a roof over their head, giving them a cot to sleep on, some warm food, some snacks, some water, taking care of their immediate needs.
For the Red Cross nationally, it has been a busy 2 weeks. 2 major storms covering thousands of miles.
Our footprint here for the Red Cross is over 2,000 volunteers strong. We spread from Florida all the way up to Tennessee. We have folks that were here for Helene, and now we have folks that are coming down. We have another round of deployments coming through that are coming into Florida just for the Milton response.
The mission from Florida is still on the move, but from wherever Red Cross workers respond, their message stays the same.
The need for blood is constant. We've lost thousands of units of blood in the system because of all of the devastating storms we've had in the last 2 weeks. And they could donate blood and feel like they've done something, or they can support us financially or be a volunteer for the Red Cross, because our mission here is not going to stop.
And between helping with Hurricane Helene and now Hurricane Milton, the Red Cross chapter of Connecticut and Rhode Island has around 40 people adding their assistance. You can help as well. We have a link at fox61.com and on the Fox 61 News app. In Farmington, Jim Altman, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Jim. We have more details on how officials are responding and the cleanup progress, and we'll get to that a little bit later in the newscast.
If your employment status was affected by August's floods, well, listen up. The application deadline has changed. The disaster unemployment assistance application must be filed by November 19th. That's about a month earlier than the original deadline. The program supports those who lost their jobs or lost money when their jobs were put on hold. The Connecticut Department of Labor says you should read the eligibility guidelines and file for unemployment benefits right away. And to learn more, visit our website at fox61.com or scan the QR code right there on your screen to see if you qualify. A sunny Friday, albeit chilly out there. Also a time when people are really making some important weekend plans.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is joining us now. Rachel, so often happens in our area, the weekend is a mixed bag.
Yeah, I think Saturday's the day. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures. Sunday's not going to win any beauty contests with a lot more clouds around and the chance for off and on showers. However, where you live will really dictate just how wet it will be. And we'll talk more about that in just a little bit. Right now, though, let's just soak this in. What a great Friday night ahead. Upper 60s. You can see a little bit of color here showing as we get closer and closer to sunset, and near 60 degrees for Chester and also for Groton. Nothing to show you here on the satellite and radar, which just goes to show we'll continue with that sun heading into the day tomorrow. Last night, we had areas of frost for our typical cooler spots, outlying areas. Not even going to be close to that tonight. Overnight lows will stay in the 50s, which means temperatures won't tumble as quickly if you're heading out tonight. Here's a look at your Saturday forecast. We begin in the 50s. High temperatures will climb into the upper 60s to low 70s in the afternoon. Heads up, it will be a little bit breezy tomorrow, and eventually that wind will bring in those cooler temperatures for Sunday, and we've got some showers too. We'll talk more about it. Your full forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Rachel. We do have breaking news from Bloomfield now, where police say a man was found dead following a fire inside a home this afternoon. The fire was reported on Ivory Way. Police say the fire was contained to an upstairs bathroom. And when firefighters put the fire out, they found a man dead inside that bathroom. His name has not yet been released. There's no word yet on how the fire started. 2
women are in the hospital tonight. One badly hurt, the other one recovering after a hit and run last night in Waterbury. Police are still looking for the driver who hit them. Police tell Fox 61 the women were struck while walking on Walnut Avenue around 8 last night. The driver first crashed into them, then 2 cars, and then took off, abandoning the car they were driving. The victims haven't been named, but police say one is 21 years old and still recovering, the other 22 and in much worse shape. Police are looking for witnesses to come forward to help them figure out who hit these women. In Wethersfield, police are investigating after a car became submerged in Wethersfield Cove. They're calling the incident suspicious. Police were called at 7 p.m. last night and told that a gray Honda Pilot suffered a mechanical issue and rolled into the water after a brake malfunction. 3 people were in the car, but all made it out without injury. We'll update you as soon as we learn more details from the investigation. A Norwalk man's facing sexual assault charges, accused of threatening to share explicit photos of a victim if they didn't have sex with him. Police filed an arrest warrant for Jason Acosta Williams in August, and he turned himself in yesterday. His bond is set at $150,000. If you or someone you know is a victim of sexual assault, there is help available 24/7. Contact the Rowan Center confidential hotline at 203-329-2929 or call 911. Now to a Fox 61 exclusive. A church is being tied to incidents of harassment at local shopping plazas. The church has branches all across the world, including here in our state. Fox 61's Matt Karen spoke with people who interacted with them and spoke with the leader of the organization. Matt.
One of the most recent reports of these strange encounters was here inside the TJ Maxx along the Silas Dean Highway in Wethersfield. A woman was approached inside the store and asked to attend a women's Bible study to learn about God the Mother.
It's scary. Being a mom terrifies me.
Dee Constanti says she had multiple encounters with religious recruiters at various Connecticut shopping plazas.
I said, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And then I noticed she was like following me. The second time that it happened, it was like, I knew what it was. It was like 4 of them, really nice, casually dressed. They were all young, and I was like, nope.
Another Connecticut shopper who only wants to be identified as Catherine told Fox 61 about her interactions.
To me personally, this has been happening probably since I was 14.
Now in her 30s, Catherine says the recruiters start out polite, then turn persistent.
For each excuse that you have to sort of get away, they already have something kind of in their back pocket.
She said they typically target women in store aisles with women's related merchandise.
These tactics that they're using and what they do to sort of break down people to get them to do whatever they want, whether it's money, sometimes it's labor, they have strategies.
This is the World Mission Society Church of God.
They fly to Korea to visit the holy ground where the spiritual mother is.
A new religious movement founded in South Korea. They've expanded with branches across the globe.
Christianity is deteriorating day by day. However, the Church of God is crowded with the people wanting to study the Bible.
I visited both their buildings in Connecticut, Meriden and Middletown.
I'm Matt with the news. I just have a couple questions for him.
A member of the church put me on the phone with a man who identified himself as its leader, Overseer Robert.
Robert, hey, how you doing?
Robert told us they do approach people at shopping plazas, citing a scripture verse to go where God's people go.
What would you say to people who say you're a cult?
He rejected the label and even invited me to worship with them to learn about a new covenant.
The overseas brothers and sisters express their joy, which they've obtained from the truth of the new covenant, with bright smiles.
Following my conversation with Robert, the church members outside tried to invite a woman to worship right in front of me.
Nice to meet you, Ms. Carroll. Would you like to come even tomorrow?
According to their teachings, the founder of the World Mission Society Church of God is the second coming of Jesus in the flesh. They believe God is a woman And on multiple dates, the church falsely predicted the end of the world. Their churches lack crosses. They consider it idolatry. And they remove all stained glass because they classify it as sun worship.
Just keep walking, just keep going, just keep moving.
Just be careful. There's lots of scary people out there.
And it's not just shopping plazas. There have been reports of religious recruiters showing up on college campuses and even going door to door. Reporting in Wethersfield, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Concerning incident this morning in Wethersfield, a neo-Nazi flyer was apparently shared with a first grader on a school bus. Parents says their child was handed the flyer by another student promoting a known hate group. We've reached out to law enforcement for more information. We're waiting to hear back. State Senator Matt Lesser, who represents Wethersfield, condemned the incident and says he's speaking to the mayor and school superintendent.
Well, Connecticut's Attorney General is urging a Washington state judge to remove restrictions on an abortion pill imposed by the FDA. Attorney General William Tong and 17 other attorneys general filed a lawsuit just last year to stop the FDA from limiting mifepristone. The attorneys say the FDA is unnecessarily and unlawfully limiting access to a safe and effective medication. In a motion filed yesterday, it urges the Washington State Court to order the FDA to draft new regulations. Mifepristone is legal in 37 states, including Connecticut.